How's it going?
Good. How you doing tonight?
Good, good. That's a sweet shirt.
Oh, thank
You
you.
fa you a fan of Metallica?
I had a high school period about sophomore year where I bought. Oddly enough, I started with the worst album and then worked my way to the good ones. I got Saint Anger, and then I got the Black album, and then I got like Load and Reload, and then I eventually got the first four. But then I realized that the first four were the best.
My sister had a Metallica album, and I think it was the Black album that had that oh shit. I'm the one who takes you there. That song?
Oh, yeah, sad but true.
Sad
Yeah,
but true,
that was
yeah.
a good one.
And that was like that could have been sixth, seventh grade. But I remember that being like I don't know. I felt like emotion to that, and I was like, "Oh man, I think I get this." And then my friend stole a kid's Philips CD player, like a Discman, but a nice Philips one. I've always liked the brand Philips because of their aesthetic, like the way that they do their edges and shit.
hmm
Um, but that had Master of Puppets in it, and that's a good one. That's more fast paced, and I like that one.
That's the one. That's got to be the album I was playing the most sophomore year. Was probably Master of Puppets,
Yeah.
and it was during my very angry phase. Like I was playing football, but I wasn't starting, and I was on JV, and I was like, it's just I woke up angry, and I think it really like I was listening to a lot of System of a Down during that time too. So it was like
Okay.
Linkin Park, System of a Down, Metallica, and I was just kind of a hormonal rage monster during that time.
Yeah. A lot of slamming broken cupboards and shit.
Yeah, yeah, I punched lockers and
Yeah.
just stupid shit, injuring myself because I'm angry.
Angry. Yeah.
I still really
Hell,
enjoy some of that music though. I mean, it's interesting to go back to it, but it's weird because those guys are kind of douchey. Like when you figure out like who they are as people, you're like, oh, Metallica's kind of douchey. Like,
yeah, they're just like businessmen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Sure,
like,
he's
oh,
like a
okay.
Republican. The lead singer, I think. I've heard he has like super conservative viewpoints and stuff.
I could believe that.
Mhm.
Hello everybody and welcome to Must Be Nice with Kyle Adams and Chad Johnson. I'm Chad Johnson. That's Kyle Adams right over there. Yo. But getting right back to Metallica. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Uh I've been like just because I used to talk out of my ass all the time and just like say shit in front of people and be like, okay, I think I know these people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'll just say shit. And I was just getting into playing drums, and I was talking about how whatever the guy's name from Metallica is, I was like, he's the best drummer. Yeah, I was like, he's the best drummer ever. And then it was just in front of a lot of people, and one of my friends who also knows drumming, and for some reason, like I didn't think he would call me out, but immediately he was like, "Oh, he's like famously one of the worst drummers ever." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then everybody just lost all respect and like anything I was saying at the time. It's always fun.
It's just like you lost all of your like playground credibility. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. But that it was like it was more embarrassingly older than that. I think I was like sophomore in high school, and I was just
oh,
yeah,
okay. So you lost your locker room credibility.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Like, don't fucking listen to him, man. He thinks Lars Ulrich is great. He
but
uh he was the one he was the one during the whole Napster fiasco who threw a big old fit because people were streaming their music for free.
yeah,
Like at the beginning of MP3, they were getting like streamed the most, which should have been flattering. They should have been like super stoked that that's who people wanted to listen to.
yeah, that's true. And it just that whole like storyline of them being assholes about copyright stuff like that eventually evolved into a band naming themselves Metallica, and then just so they would get sued and get more like publicity out of that. I think I heard about that. I'm pretty sure that's
That
a real
sounds
thing.
about right.
Yeah. And called themselves.
There was a good South Park episode about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the South Park, the boys in South Park started a band, and it was called Moop, and Moop started striking before they started playing because all the other musicians were striking because of Napster is what happened. So they didn't even put out an album or really play any music. They immediately were on strike the second they formed the band. It's kind of funny. And that was the one where Cartman has the Christian rock band too.
Yeah, I guess they've put a cease and desist to a lot of bands that are even like tribute bands to them that use their name, like Sandman is one of them.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Which honestly, I think Enter the Sandman is probably the worst Metallica song. I'm gonna go on record and say I hate that song, and I think it's the most overplayed piece of shit right next to like I would say it's as overplayed as Don't Stop Believing. It's like the metal Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, or like Green Day's When I Come Around. Whoa.
Yeah, that honestly that's a super simple song. That one, it's like 2 bar chords, honestly.
Yeah, that entire album is nearly a perfect album, and then you have When I Come Around, which is fine, but it's like such a single and it's so overplayed. But like, Jesus Christ, Dookie has brought me through so many like just hard times. I'll just listen to Dookie and holy fuck,
Oh yeah,
one of the best albums ever.
I had that on cassette. I remember I had the box art on the cassette. Like I just remember really liking that, even at a super young age.
Nice. Yeah, that was my first album. I don't think I had it on cassette. I think I had it on CD, and that was the first like big deal shit that I had. And yeah, I just looked through the whole booklet. Oh fuck, that was great.
Mine was the Space Jam soundtrack, and then I also
That was a
had
pretty good soundtrack, though.
yeah, it was good. I
Yeah.
had Big Willie Style, and then I had Usher My Way all on tape.
Oh shit, dude,
Yeah,
that whole when Usher's My Way came out, that's when I started. I was like, okay, I want to be a really good dancer. That's all I want to do. I want to be able to dance really well. Because there's a guy in that's the one where they had the like gang battles, the gang dance battles in like the LA tunnel kind of thing.
oh,
The
yeah,
video.
You Don't Have to Call. Yeah, I think
Is that
right.
that
Isn't
one?
that
Okay.
yeah, that was. I think that was the next album, but that one was really good too.
Yeah, so there's a guy in that when they're doing the dance battle shit, there's a guy that gets on his knees and he does the moonwalk on his knees, and that blew my fucking mind. And I was just like, dude, how? Okay, I gotta learn how to do that. There's a guy that does a head slide or whatever it's called. I don't know shit about dancing, but it fascinates me, and I'll do it in the mirror once in a while.
That b-boy shit is really cool, but I'd break my neck attempting any of that. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
tough. I
I
remember
can.
like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I can keep rhythm on drums and I can climb shit, but I can't do like dancing kind of stuff.
Yeah, dancing has never been my forte. No, that was an interesting time. I like just that time of like in music in America and stuff. That was really like another like wave of like R&B and stuff. That was I feel really nostalgic for that time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, from like 98 to like 2003, like just R&B music from then.
There was a lot of good shit. Like even aside from like the really good rap that was coming out right then, there was like a lateral move of like not Biggie, not Bone Thugs, but there was like Mo Thugs, and they had like shit like Ghetto Cowboy. Have you ever heard Ghetto Cowboy?
I haven't.
Dude, it's one of the coolest fucking songs ever. So it's like these it's a rap song, and it's like Crazy Bone, Ghost Bone, and a few other people, and it's this whole like story song where they're just cowboys and they're talking about robbing banks and meeting up in like Arizona later, and they're like getting the posse together. Dude, it's so fucking cool.
That sounds
That's
fun.
that's some everybody's homework for this week. Ghetto Cowboy by Mo Thugs. It's great. Also, check out Celine Dion's "It's All Coming Back to Me Now." That's a fucking that's one of the biggest bangers of all songs that's ever happened, and
I do like
it's a
that
Celine
song.
Dion song that has explosions in it. It's fucking awesome.
I
Jesus, that song's cool.
my like strongest memory of that song is for our I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school, and every year our drama program would do a film festival, and they had this like bromance movie, and they had it like the ending paired up to that song, and they were like reminiscing about each other, and it was just like, so that's like it's always been stuck in my head. And I was like, it's actually still kind of a nice song too. Like it
Yeah,
makes you it's all rise and then crescendo. It's like
yeah, it's a
uh,
powerful song. It's a
yeah.
fucking super ballad. It's fucking awesome.
And it also reminds me of shopping at Dollar Tree as well. But I mean,
Oh, really? Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
they play at Dollar Tree a lot when I was there as a kid.
I go to Wheeler Dealer all the time, and they just play consistent Christian music. And I wonder if that's like, how like casinos turn the AC on, or no,
Yeah.
I guess casinos don't
Good.
do that, but like movie theaters will. They're like, I don't fucking hang out here when you're done. I wonder if that's kind of part of the thing with it's like brainwashing, and also, hey, get the fuck out of here when you're done. You don't want to.
Yeah.
Nobody actually wants to listen to Christian music.
Psychologically, a lot of fast food restaurants do that. That's why a lot of fast food restaurants use
Yeah,
red and yellow in their coloring, like their color scheme, because red and yellow is like it's it's uncomfortable for your eyes and uncomfortable for your mental state to be in like a red room, whereas versus like a blue or green room is a lot more calming. So like doctors' offices have like blue and green rooms, you know.
yeah, that makes sense.
It's subtle, and I don't know how much it actually affects it, but like you don't. I don't know. I mean, if you're not a teenager, you don't want to fucking hang out at a McDonald's. You want to eat your shit and get the fuck out of there. Like
That's true. That's
you
totally
do
true.
not want to be like,
Give
oh,
me my three big and tasties, and I'm fucking out of here. Remember the big and tasty? They don't have that anymore. I think I quit McDonald's right then. I was like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Give me I need a quarter cup of mayonnaise on my burger. I'm not gonna ask for it. I want a big and tasty.
they brought back spicy McChicken though, and I'm happy about that. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, which is that's something I've been missing for a minute.
Dude, I was obsessed with the McChickens for a while.
They're not bad. If you do like a mix and match, you got to get like if you're going true fat ass, you have to be like two McDoubles, two McChickens, and like a shake or something, and then you just hate yourself for like the next day, but you're just sitting in front of the TV and just you're like, all right, mix and match.
Hell yeah.
It's good though.
We just ate we got a fire pit and made some food on it, and uh I had a burger, but it was rolled up into like a burrito.
Ooh,
Just everything that would go on a burger like that. Dude, that was great. I'm gonna like I'm not ever gonna be the guy at a restaurant that goes, excuse me, can you take the bread out of there, get rid of the bread, and put all the ingredients, kind of dice it all up and wrap it up in a thing. But holy fuck, it was great.
I think I've had that. There was a restaurant in Florida that did that. It was like a bacon cheeseburger wrap,
Yeah.
and that was fucking yeah. It's a good way. It's a good way to eat it for sure. I bet it's even better homemade. But that sounds fucking awesome. I just how naive I was when I was like 19. I used to think if I got like a chicken Caesar wrap, I was being healthy. Like, no, there's like two pieces of lettuce in here, and it's a tortilla. It's way healthier.
Dude, I went to the doctor like well, I went to go get a note for my dog so I wouldn't get kicked out of an apartment. That was the
Mhm.
that was the whole reason, but I kept going like I got problems. I got like anxiety and all this shit. Um but so one of the things was I was just talking about like stopping drinking came up, and then he's like, so do you eat a lot of greens? And I was like, or he's like, do you eat a lot of vegetables? And I was like, oh, I eat salads all the time. And he goes, salads don't count at all. And I was like, What do you mean
Mhm.
salads don't count? I've been told my whole fucking life that eating a salad is a healthy thing. He's like, yeah, but that's filler that doesn't do anything. It's just neutral. So it's just, it's like eating your plate. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, I thought I was being super healthy about eating. And so I take salads and then I put like 2 pounds of fucking chicken and cheese and mustard and ranch and shit on there. And I'm like, I'm super healthy. It's great. And he's like, no, that's why you have shit problems. Okay.
What I've been doing is, and this isn't healthy, but I'll make a whole pot of mac and cheese, and then I'll just put a bunch of spring mix or spinach in it, and I put so much in there that there's like more greens than there is mac and cheese, and I just
Mhm.
mix it up and eat it that way. But I I like this another fooling myself, obviously,
Yeah,
but
it's still, yeah. That's something that I would do is like, and then I'd break it down later and be like, well, I just ate a pot of mac and cheese and then a bunch of bushes also, which is fine. Dude, mac and cheese is so fucking good. Like I make my daughter mac and cheese quite often and I'll eat way too much of it and just right out of the thing or just
mhm.
before I even give her any and she's like, "Are you just eating off the spoon in there?" I'm like, "Yeah. It's this is the shit." Oh,
She's
it's
like,
so good.
it's just like, are you serious? You're like, yeah, I gotta taste test it for you.
Yeah. No, I just
It's good.
uh Dad, are you stoned? You don't know what that is yet. Shut up. Oh fuck. Did you work on Halloween yesterday
No,
or whatever?
I got called out of work. I was supposed to, but they called me. So they'll like what they do at my job is they'll be like, we don't need you. And they've got a code on your hot schedules and it'll be like you're weathered. So the weather didn't permit you to come in because it was bad or something. And so I got called out and I just kind of hung out. I watched scary movies and smoked
Nice.
weed.
What'd you
And
watch?
I watched a lot of, not necessarily movies, but like I watched a lot of like creepy shit on YouTube. And then I watched some of the Treehouse of Horror, The Simpsons.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I watched,
So okay, hold on. When you're talking about creepy shit on YouTube, are you talking about like what kind of creepy shit on YouTube?
I like this guy. His channel is called Nightmare Expo, and he kind of compiles the creepiest shit from the internet. And he'll have like he has a whole series. It's just called Creepy Things from Around the Internet, and he's done like 11 volumes of these. They're about 20 minutes long, and they're like 5 individual stories. Sometimes it'll be like Snapchat video of someone getting shot, or
Oh, that's fucked up.
a Reddit. These are like actual ones, like people getting shot at this gas station. There's a Reddit one about a um, child care facility that didn't have kids in it, and people were like, "There's super creepy. We never see kids coming in and out of it, and we don't know what's going on with it." And they had people like going in and taking pictures of it. It was really creepy, like just kind of weird shit like that. And then another one of the cool ones was you remember a couple of years ago when Hawaii had that missile scare?
Um, maybe vaguely, but nowadays you can just say something and then it gets put into my memory, and I go, "Oh yeah, totally, I remember that."
Situation. So it's like in 2018, I think it was. So there was a error with the like the national defense system, and they sent this message to everyone in Hawaii that there was an imminent ballistic missile attack, and there were
Oh
nukes headed
yeah.
for Hawaii, and people all across all of the islands got the update, and he had a video of people reacting to it. Like there was a dude saying goodbye to his family. So it's just a collection of like the creepiest, darkest, like most fucked up shit on the internet. And
Ballistic
it's
missile
really
threat
interesting.
inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. That was an emergency alert sent to people in Hawaii.
Yep,
Oh my god.
it's crazy, dude. And then he had people like driving and recording it, and they were just like reacting to it. It was creepy. It was. It's good shit. Like that's the kind of stuff I really like, more real life stuff. Some of
Yeah,
it
did
is
you watch that explosion in Beirut?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Ugh.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
shit's
no, like I'm the same way. I've seen probably like I've gone to the dark areas of the internet just because it's been there for, ever. And if
Mhm.
you have something next to you 100% of the time since you're the age of 12 or whatever, you're gonna poke its weird stuff. And yeah, I've seen suicides, I've seen beheadings. Have you seen the Bjork dude who's like a big Bjork fan and then shoots himself in the head? That's a weird
No,
one.
I haven't seen that one.
But
We
yeah,
used to do rotten.com when we were
oh
younger.
yeah, yeah.
Which
Rotten.com
was
was eventually like no big deal. You're like, oh, that's what people's insides look like. Crazy.
rough. Like the dude, I remember the one that really fucked with me was the dude who got the top of his head cut off by the helicopter blades.
Oh fuck.
He hopped out too high when he hopped out of the helicopter, and it's just sliced like the tip of his brain and like all the top of his skull off, and it was like on the ground, and there was just so much blood. It was nuts.
Jesus, have you seen the movie Ghost Ship?
Yes. Oh, when they all get sliced up by the
Yeah,
wires.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love that dumb movie.
That girl's. Yeah, I don't remember like if I'm pretty sure the rest of the movie is shit, but
Mhm.
like that opening scene is just fucking art. It is amazing. And I told Emma, I was like, hey, just watch Ghost Ship. Just watch the intro. Once it cuts to like 20 years later or whatever, just stop the movie because
Mhm.
it's the best short film. And then it's just called Ghost Ship, and you can figure out the rest. Imagine that it's a ghost ship. You get it. Isn't it Thomas Jane? Is that who that is?
Yeah. That was when he was in his prime. He had just done
God, he's so cool.
yeah, he did Deep Blue Sea, and then he did that, and then he did Punisher, which was filmed in Tampa. And I remember when they were filming it around there.
Nice.
Yeah, that movie is ridiculous.
I saw the filming of the movie Bandits with Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, nice. I remember
That
that.
was Yeah, that was kind of interesting. They drove through the town that I went to high school in at one point, and they robbed the downtown bank.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
but that was the first time that I understood how they film, because I always wondered like, oh, they have the guy driving the car and there's a camera on the hood. That makes sense. I get that. But
Hmm.
you'd think that it's a lot of work to be driving the car. So who's driving the car? And I was always curious about that. And then it's just up on a fucking trailer. And then somehow they make the perspective not look like the car is 6 feet off the ground. It's
Yeah.
nuts. But most of the time, there's any kind of car conversation scene, it's up on a trailer. And that makes total sense. And the director's usually sitting right there doing this stuff. Or
Mhm.
it's probably not the director. I think he just goes like, do this. I watched. We were gonna do a movie marathon last night of some scary movies. So we started Lady in the Water. I'd seen it before
Mhm.
when I was young, and I was like, "This movie's great." You remember when you watch movies uh, at a time in your life, and you'll watch anything, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Cool." And so I liked Lady in the Water, and watched it again last night. It's I was kind of over it.
Yeah.
Um, but and then we watched The Guest. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
That's on Netflix right now. It's like a PTSD thriller. Like some
Hmm.
guy comes back from the war. Actually, he doesn't have PTSD. I guess I'm giving it away. He's got he's a yeah. That's an interesting one. It's called The Guest. It's on Netflix. And then there's this thing called Ghost Stories that's on something, and
On
that stars
Hulu?
Mark. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I started that one. I was really curious about that one. I fell asleep, but I want to watch that one. Is it pretty good?
I fell asleep a couple times, and that's a really interesting one to fall asleep to because from the beginning to the very end, it's like it calls back on itself a lot, and so it's
Hmm.
very but it's creepy. Yeah, I would say watch the whole thing because it opens up in a crazy way.
Nice.
Because like what's a movie that starts out as one thing and then eventually it pulls back a curtain and then goes into kind of like The Matrix is kind of like that, but from a very
Yeah.
early point. What's another movie that does that? I feel like I was just thinking about one. I don't know. Do you what's you what's what are some of your highlights of stuff you've dressed up as for Halloween?
Oh, so the last one that I was really proud of, I was I was an Oompa Loompa that had taken over Willy Wonka's factory, and it's just I did the Oompa Loompa, and it was the only reason it came together was it was like a last minute one, is because I bought a hat for Halloween that looked like a Willy Wonka hat,
Mm.
and so I dyed my hair green. I had the orange face paint. I did white eyebrows, and then I had a sign that said "Eat the rich, but dip them in chocolate first." And that one was cool. I had when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember these ones, but they had the Scream masks, but then they had like Grim Reaper ones that were a little scarier. But
Dude,
they had
it was all black?
yeah. Well, no, not all
Yeah.
black. It wasn't all black. I had it was like a skeleton face with mine,
Oh, okay.
but I had one that pumped blood, and blood would drip down the face, and you
Oh
had
yeah.
this pump in a tube, and the pump was a heart. It was literally like it was so fucking cool. That was probably
Nice.
my favorite one as a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I've gone as a ninja a few times. I
nice.
like I like the ninja.
You've got the frame. You've got the slender frame of a ninja, so that
Yeah,
way
it's just fucking go for it.
you're quite nimble.
Yeah, I belong in the shadows. No, dude. So yeah, even up until a little bit ago, I think 2016 maybe was the last time I did a ninja. But I like when I was like let's say 19, maybe 20, probably 19. I bought a ninja costume for like
Mhm.
$200 off the internet, and it was a pretty good one. And it had the boots, it had the gloves, it had the socks, and I also opted for the spikes that go across your hand right here, and they go this way, and then you have the same thing that go on like the ball arch or whatever it's called of your foot, and you
Mhm.
can run up fucking trees, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Were you running
It
up too?
Oh yeah, no, it works really well because it like it just
Yeah,
helps you if you have like momentum. But yeah, no, it's so fucking awesome, and you feel like Jackie Chan, and it's so great. And
that's
yeah, no, I would wear it and go like sneak out with my friends and like go get up on top of the high school and just hang out in the middle of the night. There was this place like you could get up on top of the Taco Bell, and like the Taco Bell KFC that's in Silverton, it has this, it's like the sign, and then you could get inside of it. And like one of my friends just spent the night in there one time, and it's like, dude, fuck yeah. I don't know. That kind of shit's really fun.
that's really interesting. That's pretty adventurous. I I wish I had more options as a bigger dude, because I think if I was slimmer, I would have bought like a really intense Batman suit by now. Like
Hell yeah.
I feel like if I was like if I was like maybe 200 pounds, like 200 pounds and lean, I would like, dude, I'd have like more than one Batman suit. Like
Like
I would,
fucking legit ones.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, that's the one goal. That's not a good weight loss goal, but that's a goal. is want to be Batman.
That's fucking awesome.
I would probably spend like $500 to $600 easily on a suit.
Yeah, I could see that if you're a big enough fan. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I just um gone. Nope, lost it. Um My daughter dressed up because she just watched she just read the book The Hunger Games and then watched the movie. And so this year in 2020, she's dressing as Katniss or whatever. Yeah, Katniss. I don't know the last name from The Hunger
Mm-hmm.
Games. And like as her parents, me and her mom are like kind of over that. Like we're way past like, oh, that was like 10 fucking years ago, like
Uh-huh.
before you were born, kid. And it's just weird having her be like, she's doing like the hand signals to like her
Uh-huh.
friends in the class because they all dressed up for Halloween, and I'm like, dude, you're a fucking dork. Like, look at you, like you just. But I mean, it's cute or whatever. But like, it's funny to be like, oh, dude, that's so old shit. Like the Hunger Games is like, okay, whatever. But it's
That'd be
I don't
like
know.
us up like Bill and Ted when we were like like
Oh
10.
yeah,
You
but
know?
it's the same thing like when I was whatever age that was, like 9 maybe. No, I was probably 7 or 8. I just her age, same thing. I was dressing up as the blue Power Ranger all the time because I fucking loved Power Rangers and I was just dressed up as Billy and I was Billy and that's just I would dress up like that after school and then one time the Power Rangers were coming to a karate place in Fort Walton, Florida, and I was like, you got to take me to this. And so I go there, and the fucking two dudes that were there were the red and blue ranger. And I was so excited. And then I saw that they were pretty much wearing the same costume as me. That was just
Mhm.
this cheap shit costume. And I was so pissed off. And I was like, it's not even the real fucking dudes. And just like the whole thing, Santa Claus isn't real. It was like the whole world came crumbling down.
It just kind of crumbled down.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
I was the White Ranger for Halloween,
Oh,
but I
good,
just
Tommy.
had, yeah, I was Tommy. I just had the plastic face mask that was just in the front, like a cheap
Yeah.
mask, and then like really tight spandex pajama onesie. And then I had like sneakers, and I didn't even like, my parents wouldn't buy me the White Ranger sword, so I just had like a pirate sword. It was like,
Dude,
and I was
Tommy
like,
was badass.
I loved Tommy.
I even liked him when he was a bad guy. And then
Oh yeah,
he changed to like a good guy, and I was like, all right, fine.
it's just another straight white dude getting forgiven. That's what it was. It was it was the beginning of that.
What are the decorations behind? Oh, dude, okay. So I was thinking when I first saw that shit, I thought it was like you were at like your grandparents' house or something. I was like,
No, these are like plastic wall hangs. There's a couple of
Mhm.
them. So we didn't do anything for Halloween besides that. We hung up some stuff and we watched some spooky shit. But
Nice.
we have a coffin. Let's see here. I can flip it. Uh, We have a coffin in the corner here. That brown thing is a coffin.
Oh,
And then
okay.
we got
I was looking at the cardboard box. I was like, okay, is there a cat in there or something? But yeah, no, that's badass.
yeah, I dated a girl who worked at a mortuary, so we got a coffin.
That's
It was
fucking
just
cool.
one of the funeral homes was throwing it out, and they asked her if she wanted it, and she's like, yeah. And then she just ended up leaving it at my
Of
place.
course you say yeah to that.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I want a coffin.
Fucking great. I just have all these fucking plants over here.
Uh,
So did you have did you do like Halloween snacks or candy or anything like that yesterday? I pigged the
no,
fuck out.
not really. We did stuff earlier in the month. Like I had a couple candied apples this month. I went to Dollar Tree,
Like the
bought a bunch of
like
candy.
like a caramel apple sucker or an apple with caramel on it.
Oh, it was dipped in caramel. It was actually a green apple dipped in caramel, and then it had like nuts around it. But
Fuck.
I was laughing real hard because I was like, dude, this is some kind of crazy GMO apple because it doesn't have a core. Like there was no core in there. I was like, this is not a real apple. It was kind of crazy. I was like, what the fuck kind of like
Huh.
Monsanto fucking Halloween tree?
Yeah.
Like it was a little creepy. And it was tangier than most green apples are. It was weird.
Huh.
It was tasty though. It worked with
I
the
could
caramel pretty good.
I could fuck with an apple that had no core.
Yeah. It tasted like that candy you were talking about. That I forget about that stuff. Those stuff's only available during Halloween, really.
Those caramel apple pops, dude, those are the
Yeah,
best
those are
fucking suckers. I'll just sit with one of those in my mouth for hours and then my teeth will just start hurting and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just fucking it just became a part of my mouth."
I get the jaw lock. I feel like I get lockjaw from candy when I on Halloween when I was younger. Just eat too much. Like I really like dots, those cheap fruit candies.
I just had some dots yesterday, yeah.
They'll fuck up your jaws.
I do. I delivered pizza to a place, and so I was walking up to the door, and I see out this window there's a tube about this big coming from the window to a table, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And so she signs the credit card thing, and as I'm walking away, she's like, "Oh, do you want some candy?" And I was like, okay. And then she's like, "Oh, go over to the candy chute." So I go over there, and her son runs over to the window, and he like, thump, and he puts some like it was a Tootsie Roll and some dots.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm farting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Those dots,
Um,
they come back a day later. That's
holy shit. Well, also I ate 8 pieces of pizza yesterday, and I don't fuck with pizza that often, and I went crazy. And also, I shared the entire thing of ice cream, and I ate a
nice.
bunch of candy, and I ate a bunch of candy today because I was like going through withdrawals of all the shit I ate.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's fucked up. I eat candy in secret, like someone who's just shooting up in behind a fucking like yeah. It's bad. I seriously I was like in my car. I I took off the business logo thing that sits on top of my car, and
Mm-hmm.
I go to Wheeler Dealer. Hey everybody, go to Wheeler Dealer if you want 3 for $1 candy bars. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 for $1 if you get them king size. But also they have M&M's minis, the whole tubes for
Yeah.
3 for $1.
Oh my god.
You can
I
just
would go home on that shit.
yeah, yeah, it's bad. But it's really good because I just sit in the parking lot and put on a little podcast and kind of forget that I'm even a part of this world for 5 minutes.
Just zone out.
And dude, it's these stupid like commercials use the term pleasure center, and then I understand it now. Of like, I hit so hard my pleasure center. It's so fucking good. What's your favorite kind of candy?
Let's see. It's really tough to say. I really like by like candy bar, I would say um probably Twix. I
Okay.
like I would go Twix or Reese's if I was like hard pressed, I think.
So when you go to like a candy section, you usually go toward the chocolate kind of stuff versus
Uh,
the sweeter stuff.
I I do like fruity stuff too. I like a lot of fruit snacks, and I do like Skittles, but I don't
Snacks are
really
good.
like Skittles too much. Like if there's like a funky brand of Skittles, I always get the fucking weird one. Like I'll get tropical or like I tried the yogurt ones. They had for a little while at my job out in Beaverton, the bartender would keep a thing of Skittles, but they were spicy. So they had like it would be like lime and cayenne pepper or something. Those are
Oof,
interesting.
that's
They're actually
fucking
pretty
weird.
good.
I got Skittles
Yeah.
today, and it was the sweet and sour Skittles, which it
Ooh.
comes in like a peach colored pouch or whatever. Maybe it's green.
Mhm.
I don't know. It was gone really fast. Right after that, peanut butter Snickers bar. You know they make those. Those are really good.
Those are really good. I do like those.
And I got a Snickers egg, but I thought so. It's a plastic egg because it's from fucking Easter, and that's why it's all really cheap. So it's an egg, and you break it open. It has 3 mini Snickers. I thought it was going to be one Snickers egg, like the Reese's eggs and stuff like that. It was not.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that go to Kit Kat as their favorite candy. I don't really care about a Kit Kat. I had one yesterday, and no, it's just a wafer, and I'm not wafers.
I really like wafers though. That's the thing is I'll fuck up those wafer cookies, like those sugar-free ones they have in the grocery store. Like that big, you get that brick. You know what I'm talking about? Of
The
those
brick.
wafer cookies. Yeah, it's like you get like a brick of wafer cookies for like $1.
Oh, okay, yeah, like at the dollar store. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'll fuck those up, dude. Like
I like Nutter Butters, Nutty, whatever that
Nutter
is.
Butters are good. Yeah,
Holy
Nutter
fuck.
Butter, peanut butter Oreos, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. So good. What we got? Do you cook?
Yeah, from time to time. I cook like meats and breakfast stuff. Is about as far as I go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I make a good breakfast burrito, but that's about as far as I go.
That sounds good. I'm pretty good at eggs. I can do eggs pretty well.
Yeah, I just got made some sort of fucking crazy ass quesadilla with sausage in it. It was really good.
Ooh. What kind of sausage did you do? You do like Mexican sausage or?
It's just a Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, super classic,
Oh.
probably soaked in butter. Yeah. No, I like the standard, just fuck it up American style. That's about as patriotic as I get.
Dude,
It's just
no. You just reminded me when Trump got elected the first time. I mean, I didn't say it that way. You know what I mean? When because this
well,
is
I
a
mean,
few.
yeah.
So
We
we'll
got what,
see.
2 days?
Yeah, fuck. No, but when Trump got inaugurated, I had a fuck it America. I had a fuck it America meal. It was mac and cheese. It was just a pot of mac and cheese, and I threw in dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Hell yeah!
Then I just fucking put ketchup all over that shit, and I was
Oh
just
my
like,
god!
"Fuck it!" Like,
we're all going down. I'm going down hard.
it felt right. It felt. I'll just say that, and I was like, "That's probably the moment I was like, completely like done with my diet, not even trying anymore." I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it."
Dude, eating the right shit is a little too much work sometimes, and I wish
stress to an extent. I feel like
that I didn't ever have to eat. That's what I want, because a lot
Mhm.
of people are like, I wish I just had a pill that you just. But no, it's just I never want to have to eat. It'd be cool if because then I'd never have to poop. That'd be also like awesome. 2 things right there, and then
I love those things.
yeah, and
They're both a huge pain in the ass.
hey,
They um,
and if
no,
I never
I feel
poop, I'll have to
myself.
shower half as often. So then there's no showering, and then uh,
Water
I
bills
don't,
cut down.
I want to sleep. All those things, I don't want to have to do them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I found myself I was watching like some Vice documentary or some documentary about this kid who couldn't eat food at all. Like he couldn't ingest any food. He had to like he had a little plug in his stomach and he had to directly inject himself with like nutrients and fluids. And I found myself super jealous of this kid. Like I was like and I was like, that's not healthy to be jealous of this kid who can't eat food. Like I was like, think of
He's
how
on the
good I
most,
was.
but he's on the most perfect diet of the only thing he needs, because it's like, what do you? I I like eating stuff. It feels great. It makes me feel good. Like dude, eating ice cream. I'll eat ice cream until it's gone. I have to have someone else fucking stop eating ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But if the other
I keep a big thing of it in the house. The most I'll ever buy is like one of those Ben and Jerry's because if I buy more than that, it'll be gone.
yeah, there's 3 or 4 of those in the freezer, and we opened one and just ate it really fast at the beginning of one of those movies. It's fucking crazy.
Had one with like a sugar cookie core. Holy
Holy
shit!
fuck. God damn
Yeah,
it.
it was
The
it
one we
was
had last night was caramel apple crumble.
ooh,
So it had
sounds
like the
good.
graham cracker crust of like a cheesecake, but
Mm.
also it was a caramel apple. It was caramel and real chunks of apple, and it was made with like oat milk instead of regular milk, which is actually did make it better. And then there was like
Oat milk is the
tapioca
son
shit
of
in
a
it.
milk. Mm. Yeah, those dairy free, they get fancy with them. That I love the taste of oat milk, especially in coffee.
Yeah, it's really good. I like putting uh, French vanilla creamer in it, about a 1-to-1 ratio, is until it tastes about like ice cream
Yeah,
or just like a
it's
bowl
really
of cereal when you're done with it. Oh, dude, it's fucking great.
that's something I ate yesterday. I had a big ass thing of Greek yogurt, and I put granola and almond, like sliced almond, like very thinly sliced almonds in there, and
You
just
sliced
fucking.
almonds to put them in there?
No, there was a
Okay.
premix. It was
Okay,
granola
yeah.
with almond. Yeah, no, I'm not
Like
that
that's
fancy.
fucking fancy, dude.
I used to do prep cook work at Macaroni Grill. I used to mince garlic and do all that shit, but no,
What's the most what's the most interesting in a fucked up or good way you've seen someone draw on their tablecloth?
oh, at Macaroni Grill.
Uh-huh.
My favorite.
Oops.
We had it like framed. It was someone drew Zoidberg from Futurama, and it
Oh,
was like
fun.
it was a perfect Zoidberg, and it just said, why not Zoidberg? And it was like the entire tablecloth, and I was like, or the entire paper. So we had it framed. We took one of the old paintings from the back, one of the corporate paintings, and we took the picture out and put Zoidberg in there.
Hell
It was
yeah,
pretty.
dude.
Yeah,
That's cool.
there was a lot of penises, a lot of dirty limericks, a lot of dirty jokes, um, just stupid shit.
Yeah. What's like one of the most fucked up things that you've had like someone you work with do?
uh,
It doesn't have to be at your current job, but like there's just so many, especially if you work in the service industry. Like I got to work one time and I walk in the office and my manager, this was like years ago, totally different manager. He had just snorted coke off the desk and he goes, I got to kind of even it out today because my friend gave me acid this morning and I didn't know about it. So we're going to have a weird day. And I was like, all right, dude. And so I was delivering pizza and he was just gacked the fuck out. And yeah, he was making pizzas and he was making them, putting them in the oven and then catching them and taking them out of the oven and putting them in stuff. And so he was just doing it all himself. And um, he like had a mess up. And so he puts it in the trash can and then
mm,
he gets an order for the exact pizza that he just threw away. And so he's like, oh, this is fine. And then he pulls it out of the fucking trash can and then cuts it,
well,
boxes it, sends it out. And I was like, dude, this is just like so fucked up. It was the Wild West back in the day. It was nuts.
that's terrifying.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. There's certain places that you uh just shouldn't trust that it's that great unless you just watch it happen.
We had a place in Zephyr Hills called ABC Pizza that people were like, "Don't eat there," because they did shit like that all the time. Like they would rebox old pizzas, and they called it ABC. They said it was already been chewed pizza.
Oh,
So
like the gum.
yeah. They were like, yeah, they called it, yeah. And I was like, that's fucked. Let's see. My favorite thing that's happened like in the past 3 years, I had a manager who ate really strong pot cookies that the bartender had left behind the bar for themselves, like for their shift.
Yes. Dude, pot
And
cookie stories are always so fucking awesome.
the guy was such a dick to everybody. He was the one that fired me. And then my other friend who worked there ended up getting him fired for saying racist and like homophobic and shitty things. But anyways, he ate these pot cookies. He ate two of them, which is like, first of all, you ate someone else's food, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And like you're an asshole. So whatever happens to you, fuck you. It's funny as fuck. Um, he was high out of his mind. This guy hasn't smoked in 20 years, and when he did smoke, he smoked like 70s weed,
Oh
like
yeah.
our 20 years. And he he was in the office. He apparently people watched him. He apparently was just typing on the computer and pretending to work, but there was nothing on the screen. And then after a while, he just turned off the lights in the office and just put his head down. Then, like 4 hours before he was supposed to leave, he called his wife to come pick him up because he got too high.
Oh my God.
I was like, fuck, that dude is such an asshole. I was like, that's so
So
shitty.
did he was just like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna eat these cookies. Did he know that they were pot cookies?
He had no idea they were podcast.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine what it would be like to not know that you ingested something like that and then have it like take effect and be like, wait, what? What's happening?
You almost want to feel bad for him, but then you're like, fuck it, you ate someone's shit, asshole. Like you're a dick.
I know. It's like, dude,
He was a
come
fat
on.
guy too, so it was like you're a fat dick and you ate someone's food, fatty. And now
Yeah. Oh, God damn
now
it.
you're tripping balls. Like it's
Do you
hilarious.
do you think as soon as it started happening, he was like, oh, God damn it. These are pot cookies. Fuck.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm sure he's been high before. I think he knew what happened. But then, of course, the paradox there as well is like he can't say anything to that person. He can't be like, "Hey, I ate your pot." It's like, how do you start? How do you reprimand someone? Like, you shouldn't have had those delicious cookies there to tempt me. Like,
Hey, buddy, I'm fucking high as hell right now, so you're in trouble.
yeah.
Oh my God.
um, Another good one was at Red Robin, and these are just people fucking up. At Red Robin, our manager, let's see, I want to say our second of four general managers I had there working there for 3 years. So this guy Rich, oh I shouldn't say his name, but fuck him. This guy Rich, he backed into the cleaning crew's van and he damaged their van up real bad, and they were like inside vacuuming and shit. And he took off without leaving a notice or anything, like without leaving a note. And
That's fucked up.
yeah, so there's I've seen a lot of negligence and a lot of
Yeah.
crazy shit from like higher ups, but
Um, there was when I first got hired at that job, I brought in a resume and the guy was like, um, okay, so as long as like your MVR, which is just your motor vehicle reports that says like you haven't gotten any accidents or DUIs and shit. As long as that comes back, you're hired because we haven't gotten someone to bring in a resume here in like a year. So that's great. So I did that and I got hired. And within a month, the manager of the place was when I would get there, he'd clock me in and then we'd go golfing and then we'd get drunk and or stoned different days. And then I'd come back to work and work until I wasn't drunk anymore and then deliver pizzas that night. And that was my fucking job for a while. And it was just so weird to like, just because this guy kind of needed a friend, I think. And so he's just like, I need someone to hang out with. And so we'd go do, we'd go pretend to be like taking stock to different stores and stuff like that and just go fuck off and go golfing. And it was just so ridiculous. And it's so weird to even like think about that because it's so corporate now and weird.
that sounds pretty awesome.
It was great, but it's like I don't know.
I never really got to do anything like that. We actually did get to shop around, and they would send us to other stores to pick stuff up sometimes, and I ended up being that guy a lot of the time, and that
Mhm.
was actually kind of rad because I could take it, not take as much time as I wanted, but I could take like an hour or so, and I would
Yeah.
get stoned in the car and listen to music, and I would like sometimes I'd pick up food and then come back. Like,
Yeah.
And I would leave in the middle of a dinner rush to pick up like spaghetti sauce from like 3 or 4 suburbs away where there's another store, like
Uh-huh. Yeah,
that's
there's
kind of
there's some times where I get asked to drive to like Woodburn from Salem, and that's a good 20 minutes away. But
Mhm.
since there's no like tracker of time because you're not on an exact delivery,
Mhm.
nobody's really paying close attention. So I'll be gone instead of like 45 minutes, I'll be gone for like 2.5 hours. And they're like, okay, thanks for getting all the stuff we needed. Great. Put it in the place and we'll get it going. And I'm just like, cool. Great. I stopped by Dollar General on the way and I had some lunch. I got a pie at Sherry's. It was great. Fucking
You
go
stood in
return
the
some.
line for 14 hours.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Um, what was I just had something written down. What was your most laid back job?
Oh,
I worked at a skate shop that was going out of business. That was the
oh
most amazing fucking thing ever. I just built skateboards, sold t-shirts, and played Smash Bros. And downloaded music.
sounds cool.
Holy fuck.
This is amazing.
It was great.
I would probably say the job I'm at now. I mean, it can be stressful, but for the most part, like finer dining is so easy. Like comparatively to like fast faster pace, like casual dining, I feel like is because people are there to relax and they're there for an atmosphere, and for the most part, they just want you to fuck off. Like they don't want you to like.
Yeah.
There'll be people who want to talk to you and you can engage with them and stuff, and it's kind of cool because you can read the room and talk to people. It's really been beneficial for me with stand up and kind of utilizing some of the skills that I've gotten with fine dining. But like when it's busy, I've got someone running food for me to help me if I get too crazy. um I've got people seating me, so I'm not seating myself all the time.
Right.
And I'm mostly just running drinks and running my food most of the time when I can, and chatting with people if they want to. And then other than that, I'm just kind of helping other people out. And but it's a cool environment because of the managers. And I would say it boils down to like your management. Like it doesn't matter how corporate the
Yeah.
restaurant is, as long as the management's cool. Like I couldn't wish for better managers where I'm at right now, honestly. And
That's
they
sweet.
just they cultivate this energy that's really cool. There's one there's one manager who's very by the books, but he's very fair, and he just wants order. And he'll kind of micromanage you a little bit here and there, but he's never disrespectful, and it's always like kind of it's kind of light. It's very subtle and very light, but he'll help you out. So you can't get mad at him for him asking you to do things because he'll do shit
Yeah.
for you. And then the other managers, this one guy, he's a jackass, but he's fun. He's like the jester. He just kind of like the restaurant's mascot. He's just hopping around and saying crazy shit. And like today, he flung menus, these little digital menu readouts with QR codes we have, because we're on the waterfront, and there was kids cruising by on scooters, and
Oh,
there's
okay.
signs all over the place telling them not to. And he's like, "Get off your scooter!" He's like, and I'm like, dude, it's like it's like playtime. Like I
Yeah.
love the dude. He's a great manager, and he does a good job too. Like he'll help you out as well. And then our GM is a really funny guy too. He's a Mormon dude who's he's just a real nice, real manageable kind of guy.
Dude, all Mormons are so fucking nice.
They really are. They
Just
really
super
are.
nice.
They are.
Aaron
He's a
Thompson.
cool dude. Yeah. But
Um,
I really enjoy it. It's definitely my. There's one person I don't like there, and I've found a middle ground to just kind of be respectful with them. So it's cool. Like I don't even
yeah.
really. I try really hard not to get in contact with her. I think we may have talked about her before. She's a little rough around the edges, but she's like that with everybody. So I was like, I don't take it personal.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And I think we have. Um, it's nice when you're skills of stand up or just like the things that you're interested in about it can transfer over. Like I sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I'll like try to switch gears and be like, okay, every single customer, I'm going to try to make them laugh whatever way I can. And so then you turn into like this I start feeling like I'm that detective guy, Sherlock Holmes. And so I'm walking up to their house and I'm looking at everything about how their house is kept, about like, oh, they must have a dog because of this, and they got kids, so oh, and also the kids make a mess, and then you just take in all these clues and you try to use that for something to make them laugh, and sometimes it works, and when it does, it's fucking awesome, and then you fart out loud.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you always fart at people's houses.
Dude, it's
I
so great.
definitely, I definitely crop dust, especially if I want people to kind of subtly be like, "You paid. I kind of need you to leave." And I'll just like, I don't do it as much anymore because I don't want to do. It's fine dining. That's fucked up. But at Red Robin, fuck you. But if you're a table of like 10 teenage girls, get out of here.
Also, the nice thing about Red Robin is you could just fart as loud as you want because that place is so loud.
Oh, I know. Oh my god. I think that was. I think I definitely have PTSD from working there. Like it was just too intense. I'm
Yeah.
not that kind of guy. Because I started at Macaroni Grill, which was kind of it was casual fine dining. I feel like. I mean, at least it tried to be. It was a little nicer than Olive Garden, at least. I feel like.
Hell yeah.
So.
Well, cool. Yeah, this has been. Oh, one last thing. Did you get a friend request from Sabina Truman just before we started this?
I don't know. Sabina.
Okay. Yeah,
it's a
fake. It's a fake account, but something's happening, and I keep getting all this like fake bullshit, and like when somebody's like, I'm getting like a weird amount of fake, because it's not quite porn bots, but it's like it's like Middle Eastern bots, if that makes sense.
It's probably because of the elections.
Oh, that's weird. So like
there's
the only thing
suppression going on.
It's so fucked up.
Though I deleted it. I can't remember the one. I can't remember the name, but yeah, I get an influx all the time. It's been a minute, but it was more so when comedy was active and going. Like I would get an influx, and it was like it would start with new comics who had like a couple of porn bots or something, and it was just like,
yep. And you could always tell like who was just openly accepting whatever. They're not even like screening anything, because you see the thing and you're like, okay, mutual friends. Then you go like, okay, that makes sense. All right.
I had a buddy who I love him. I love his comedy. He's a really nice guy. But
Justin
I was
Hammerman.
like, no, it wasn't Justin this time. It was not Justin this time. No, I don't. It was not him. No, this guy I used to say was like the patient zero for porn bots. I was like, he's fucking. It's right there. It stems from him. And I would see, because I would always see his face in the left hand corner of their friends, and it'd be like, of the mutual friends. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, stop accepting they're not gonna suck your dick. It's over the internet. How are you gonna get your dick sucked over the internet? Mutual friends.
Damn it! I'm just trying to picture who has that kind of face. Because I assume that the impression is an impression of the profile picture.
I mean, I can't remember the exact one, but the smile was kind of like.
Oh man, Jeff Parks, what a piece of shit, that guy. Awesome. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here and let you go, and I'll see you next week, and see you guys next week for on Must Be Nice with Kyle Adams and Chad Johnson. Bye bye.